G'day gang, so just a quick one. Look, I've been pretty hectic with just getting prepared like most of you probably are. Getting my food preps right up to stock, so I mean I'm nowhere near there, but I reckon I've got initial survive time of about 60 days. Now I'm also looking at getting a chook pen. I don't even know if we can have chooks here, but I've already told the kids, so I'm going to have to follow through on it. But I think half a dozen chooks, would be a good idea just for my breakfast eggs, because I'm not going to last long without my boiled eggs in the morning. Some rainwater storage, all that sort of stuff. Planting some potatoes, carrots and other stuff that's time to plant now. So been a bit hectic, but look, I had someone contact me via email. She's a single mum in Canada with 2 young kids. She's, feeling quite alone, as a lot of us probably are. We know there's lots of us out there, and we know that we connect, online very well, but I think we're getting to the stage now where we really need to start trying to find each other, in the real world. We're probably walking past each other every day and don't realise that, everyone's too afraid to say where they live online, or that sort of thing. So between me and Adriana, we've decided to try and come up with an idea that we can do which will help us identify each other while we're out in the real world. Now, we only sort of started spitballing this yesterday, but what I've come up with, this is just a first thought, it's just a starter, so there's room for improvement. Please tell me your thoughts, and let's see if we can come up with a way in which we can identify each other out in the shop. So it has to be something that everyone's got access to. A lot of people are on lockdown now. They're only allowed to go to the shops for food and essential travel. So it's got to be something that we can do with stuff that everyone's got in their home. So what I came up with, this is just a first idea. We can change it. We can expand on it. But what about this for an idea? You get a 1 inch by 1 inch square of something white. Could be an old bed sheet, an old shirt, a tea towel, anything like that. Just a white bit of fabric, and then you write on it "Hi," H-I, and pin it to your heart. Alright, you could even cut out 2 or 3 and just stitch them to the clothes, to a couple of pairs of clothes, which you will then wear out in public. It's got to be something which isn't going to make us stand out, isn't going to make us easily identifiable, isn't going to be something that your average Joe blogs walking down the street is going to notice, but it also has to be something that we can notice on each other from, a half decent distance, so 20-30 meters away. So when you're walking through the shops, we can just look at each other's chest on our heart and just put a symbol there, something. It doesn't have to be a bit of fabric with "Hi" written on it. Like I said, that's the first thing I came up with. But everyone's got a safety pin, or everyone's got a needle and thread. Everyone's got some way to pin that to themselves. So we need to come up with a way. We need to come up with a way that we can identify other awake people who are aware of what's going on, so that we can start forming real life groups. We have to. So that's just a first idea. Let me know in the comments whether we should run with that, whether we should switch to something else. We've got to come up with a way now. We have got to stand together in real life. They love it. They love it when we sit here online, sitting on our fucking asses on the couch, laying back in bed at night, sitting here typing away. They love that. They love it. They can monitor our every word, and they know exactly what we're doing, sitting on our hands doing nothing. So we need to come up with a way that we can find each other. Okay? Also, I'm going to start calling for meetups real soon, possibly this weekend. We're still allowed to have gatherings of up to 100 people, so now's the time to do it while we're still able to get out, This whole non-essential travel bullshit is ridiculous. I just took the kids to the beach this morning, and I'll tell you what, they wouldn't want to have someone come up and tell me that we can't go to our local beach 5 minutes away that we go to every week. Alright, if they want to make us sit 2 meters apart, that's fine. But I will not be stopped from going to places like the beach where we get earthed in the sand, helps us get the, built up frequency out of our bodies. It feels right getting your feet in the sand. We do it at least twice a week, sometimes more. We were just at the beach on Friday, we're at the beach again this morning, we'll go again this week, Thursday, Friday. So the beach is a fairly safe place, it's out in the sun, so even if they try and argue, you can say, well, the virus, it doesn't survive in hot conditions, it's not going to survive on sand for very long. So to me it's a safe place, even if you're buying into all this bullshit. But we cannot let them take our every right, okay? We can't, alright? And the only way that we can protect our rights is with numbers. So we need to find each other, okay? We need to. We're running out of time. We need to have mobile phone numbers, emails, more mobile phone numbers, so if the internet goes down, which I suspect it will, I'm calling it now, the internet will be down for 2 to 4 weeks soon. It may be periodic from country to country as certain things are happening that they don't want to get out, but at some point the internet's going to go down. We need to know where the people are in our local area. We need to have spots that are designated that we go to meet up. Should something happen, we need to be able to identify each other. So please leave me your comments. Let's come up with a way together as a group that we're all happy with, that we all agree everyone has a means to pull off, so we can start spotting each other. It's that simple. We're walking past each other every day feeling alone, feeling like everyone else is asleep when they're not. They're not. There is people awake everywhere, okay? We walk past each other all the time. Let's figure this out. Let's come up with a way that we can make this happen, so we can identify each other, so now we can start our groups. The time's now, okay? Once we form our groups, we can start doing things like, growing our own stuff, sharing what we grow. Every year my mandarin tree pulls in 200 mandarins. I don't need 200 mandarins. I can't eat that many mandarins. I give them to the neighbours. I've still got heaps left. We can all start doing this, sharing, helping each other out, but first we have to know who each other is, okay? So help me, come on, let's come up with a way, let's figure this out, and let's start forming our groups in real life. Now's the time.